call the member for Mirani.
Madam Deputy Speaker, I rise to speak on the public health and other legislation further extension of expiring provisions. I would like to acknowledge the member for Maywar's contribution there. There is a lot of sense in that committee process. I would also like to acknowledge the member for Noosa today as well in her contribution here. There has been a radical departure from the public health best practice going back centuries, where infectious diseases were controlled by confinement and isolation of infected people, not the confinement and isolation of the healthy. Madam Speaker, maintaining eradication strategies, risk of future economic impoverishment, endless snap lockdowns, disruptive travel restrictions, panic buying, rationing and ongoing penalty for rule breakers. Around the transparency, we do need to understand where this is going to stop and what is actually initiating these lockdowns and what's happening. No, I'm not. The people must be given access to all information the government has on this disease and not just cherry-picked bits and pieces. We need to know how many of these cases are asymptomatic. I'm not taking interjections, Madam Deputy Speaker. How many cases are in hospital, how many are in ICUs, how many were breakthrough cases, and much, much more, and also clarity about transmission of the disease outside and outdoors. The mantra of keeping us safe is very good, but we need to start paying attention to some of the other problems, the crisis we're seeing out there. The businesses, the workers being laid off, the cost of Queensland's mental health, and that's reached crisis point. There are a lot of people contacting a lot of members right throughout both sides of the House and to us on the crossbench. Region-wide lockdowns are being mandated with little more notice, unpending businesses who are banned from opening while McDonald's and Bunnings stay open. State borders are closed, reopened and closed again. Others are banned from visiting dying relatives interstate or accessing life-saving treatments, even when fully vaccinated. All this while Hollywood celebrities jet in and out with no problems. School and community sporting events are being shut down and social gatherings banned, while 40,000 fans are allowed to pack a stadium to watch a football match. For a country that once prided itself on egalitarian ideas, for a fair go and healthy scepticism of authority, double standards like these have been hard to take. Madam Speaker, the emergency powers provision being extended by this bill were intended to be discretionary, targeted and strictly time-limited. And what must be made clear is the delegated legislation is an exception to the separation of powers. It grants the power of lawmaking to the executive, including unelected department officials outside close scrutiny and the oversight of this parliament. Even during times of emergency, it is important that the committee, like the Greens member just put forward, the people are able to retain the ability to hold their governments to account. Madam Speaker, this is a prime example of the difference between ruling and governing a state. When you rule, you answer to no one. When you govern, you're accountable for every action that you take. Thank you.